Turning now to the Iran conflict. The Pentagon says the last 24 hours were the most intense days of airstrikes so far. This morning, the Pentagon has confirmed 140 American troops have been wounded in the Iran war. 8 of them are facing severe injuries. This comes as the death toll continues to rise as well. The war has so far killed at least 1,200 people in Iran, nearly 500 people in Lebanon, and 11 in Israel. That's according to officials in each of those countries. And overnight, new video from the U.S. Central Command shows multiple strikes on Iranian Navy vessels near the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. officials say 16 mine-laying boats were destroyed after intelligence suggested Iran planned to place mines to disrupt global oil shipments. The strikes come as the U.S. and Israel intensify attacks on Iranian military targets, what officials call the most intense day of conflict so far.
The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes, intelligence more refined and better than ever.
Regional countries, including Saudi Arabia and Turkey, are also intercepting missiles and drones. These overnight attacks are bringing about new questions over the timeline of this war. President Donald Trump originally saying it would be quick and almost over. However, now officials are saying that timeline is much more flexible.
We will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. But we do so on our timeline and at our choosing.
The U.S. military is drawing up additional options following the president's directive to continue keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them.
This morning, we're also learning new details about that airstrike in Kuwait that killed 6 U.S. service members, including 2 from Iowa. Sources tell ABC News that soldiers had taken shelter because defense system intercepted an Iranian drone. Moments after the all-clear was given, a drone hit the structure. A survivor of the attack, Sergeant First Class Corey Hicks of Minnesota, describes the moments before the drone hit.
I remember hearing a buzzing noise that got louder and louder, like really quickly. I remember turning my head to the left and I seen the nose of that drone pop through. And as soon as it did, I knew what it was. It was either a missile or a drone. So I turned to my right, and that's when it blew up and just blew the whole building apart.
Hicks is recovering from severe shrapnel injuries at Walter Reed in Maryland. Videos and photos from the war in Iran are spreading across social media, but some may not be real. National outlets report that certain clips are being flagged as generated by artificial intelligence, raising concerns about misinformation. Doug Jacobson, a computer engineering professor at Iowa State University, he speaks on the dangers of creating these AI images.
The danger is in creating images that change people's minds, force them to act in a way they wouldn't normally act.
Tips for spotting AI include checking trusted sources, questioning the authenticity of what's seen, and looking closely for details like unnatural shadows or overly smooth images. Until AI-generated content is clearly labeled, Jacobson urges people to approach all war-related videos on social media with caution and think critically about what they are seeing.
If you think about a computer creating this image, it's going to create things that are relatively perfect and smooth, because that's what the computer thinks, right?
In response to the rise of AI content, the social media platform X updated its creator revenue policies. Users posting AI-generated videos of armed conflicts without clear labeling will lose monetization for 90 days, with repeat violations leading to permanent bans from receiving payments. And take a look at this. The World Health Organization is warning that black rain falling in Iran could pose some serious health risks. Airstrikes that targeted oil facilities send thick black smoke into the air. When rainfall falls through that smoke, it picks up the dangerous particles. Officials say Iran is already grappling with a water crisis, and the acid black rain threatens to harm its bodies of water. As uncertainty in the Middle East is causing gas prices to rise, the Trump administration has warned Iran not to obstruct a waterway used to transport global crude oil.
If Iran does anything to stop the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the United States of America 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far.
Iran has vowed not to let any oil leave the Persian Gulf until the U.S. and Israel end the war. All right, it's 11:10, and let's get you a check of today's gas prices according to AAA. The average gas prices on the Iowa side of the Quad Cities is $3.21 per gallon. Now, this actually went down 1 cent, and on the Illinois side of the Quad Cities, the current price is $3.48. This went up 5 cents, and the national average for a gallon of gas today is $3.57.